The most random person ever. Welcome back to Vibes and Vinyl, everyone.
Welcome.
So we're going to start off today by sharing with you guys our juice of the week. So go ahead and tell them a little bit about this juice.
Well, the juice that we have is just pretty much a energy booster. It's just if you don't want to eat like a really heavy breakfast, you know, you can just pretty much throw in strawberry, pineapple, orange juice, avocado, and like either if you have spinach or kale, throw it in there, and pretty much you have like an orange juicy kind of sweet smoothie.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. You know, I actually said that I will not be drinking for the month of November. I've turned 30 in December, so I don't want to drink this month,
right,
just to sort of, you know, detox my body,
which this is perfect for.
Yeah, so this is my breakfast slash lunch because it's about 2 o'clock right now, so
right,
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started with that on the healthy tip.
Right.
We do also want to start off by shouting out Black businesses. So the first Black business that I want to shout out is Art and Vibes Lounge in Cypress, Texas. So Art and Vibes Lounge is Houston's premier art lounge dedicated to merging the fun of art and entertainment with urban nightlife. So you guys go ahead and check out Art and Vibes Lounge. So, and let's get started.
Okay, what's first on the agenda?
You know what? I'm getting bad vibes, you know what I'm saying? Something been giving me some bad vibes. Bad vibes.
A certain somebody has been giving pretty bad vibes lately.
Yes, and we talked about this mess, this fool, the last time. Daystar. Y'all know who Daystar is.
Mm-hmm.
Daystar, Tory Lanez.
Right.
This fool brought back quarantine radio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it was very embarrassing. I myself did not tune in to quarantine radio, but you know, Corey did.
I watched it. I'm watching. I mean, people who know me know I used to watch it like when before all the stuff he's done. I used to watch it when the pandemic first hit, like what, March, April, when it was really popular and everybody would tune in. I watched it then, and now I'm watching now just to figure out, like, are the people coming in? Like, I'm not genuinely coming in as a fan. I'm coming in to kind of like, you know, look like, okay, yeah, what are you doing? Because you're under attack right now. So I'm looking at it like you're under scrutiny right now for pretty much what's the wording I'm looking for? You're under scrutiny for
shooting Megan Thee Stallion. That's
the way you treat women. You know what I mean? You're under scrutiny for the way you treat women and yeah, the way you allegedly treat women, but you're getting on there having women twerk.
It was just embarrassing for me. Like, the fact that he promoted it, when I saw this, I was so embarrassed for him. I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to yourself?
Right, you should.
And he had this wig on. I just seen it from the shade room. Whoever posted it, this fool had a wig.
He was
on,
trying to
looking
be.
embarrassing.
He was trying to be Eazy-E.
I don't know who he was.
That's who he was trying to be for Halloween on quarantine radio.
He looked at Easy Mess.
Right.
Okay.
That part.
He needs to go ahead and let quarantine radio be.
Yeah.
It's over. You know, it ain't popping no more. Nobody checking for you.
I think he's trying to do two things with that. He's trying to figure out where his numbers are. He's trying to figure out what type of support he has. So it's like, oh, let me try to bring it back to make it seem like I'm kind of like moving on with my life. It's over. I'm good. I'm still doing quarantine radio. Number one, he's trying to act like everything all good. And then number two, really is. And I think he's getting embarrassed by it. But he tried it 2 times, if not 3. I think 2. And then I think the other reason why he's trying to do quarantine radio, aside from just trying to check his numbers, is, like I say, check his numbers and his stats, but also to see like if people are checking for him. Which I think now he's getting a message that they're not.
Nobody's checking for him.
His numbers are only at 50K on there. They used to be from 150K to 300 350K plus sometimes. Back when, you know, in April, May, probably May. But now, I think he's getting it through his head. Like, nobody's watching.
He needs to go on, like, an apology tour, okay? Yeah. You need to, you know, realize that nobody is trying to see no quarantine radio right now. We wondering if you shot Megan Thee Stallion. And if you did, nobody wants to mess with you. So, you need to go ahead and let that go.
He need to let that go.
Let that go. Move on. Try to present yourself as an upstanding citizen. However you want to rebuild your life, go ahead and do that. But quarantine radio is dead.
It's dead.
It's dead.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Bad vibes.
Bad vibes. Very bad vibes.
So he gets the bad vibe of the week.
He definitely does.
Award.
Bad vibe of the year, because we've been dealing with this since 2019.
Okay.
What it feels like is 2019. But you know what else?
Wait, one thing. It kind of inappropriate, but even when he went back on quarantine radio, they did have a man call in. He presented himself probably to be a woman on the picture, and he called in and he was jerking off. I was watching.
Stop.
I was watching it, and I was looking at it, and the picture came up kind of blurry, and then you could tell Tori was looking at the camera like, what? Wait, what are we doing? And then he thought a girl was gonna appear, but we all kind of realized, the audience, Tori, we all realized at one time that it was a little, it was like a little penis.
Ew.
And it was like brown, and it was a man like laying back, like,
so they didn't show the whole man's face and everything?
No. He had the camera like down.
Why you did that? Why you traumatized me? Why would you do that?
And then when he realized, it looked real pitiful. It looked real bad. And when he realized that he was like, whoa, and then he clicked out.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Didn't you tell me that Tori, somebody went on live talking about you shot Megan Thee Stallion? Yeah. You told me that, right?
Yeah, I did.
Are calling and wondering.
You shot Megan Thee Stallion.
Ladies are calling.
You shot Megan.
Hold on. I need to fix this.
So he had the man jerking off a moment, and then he had the moment where before that, when he played it off, it was just the caller probably posing as a woman. He clicked on it thinking that the girl was finna twerk or whatever, but it was like a black screen. You couldn't even make out the individual. And the individual he had like a British accent, so he was like, "You shot Megan," and then Tori didn't really reply to it. He kind of kept looking at the camera like, "What, huh?" But he repeated, and the man went, "You shot Megan Thee Stallion," and then that's when Tori, you could tell on his face, he looked mortified, and then he goes, I gotta figure out what's going on with my stuff, and then he kind of clicked out of it.
He needs to figure out that the world is not worried about quarantine radio, and we over here worried about you shot Megan Thee Stallion. That should have been his wake-up call, like, I'm gonna go ahead and log out.
And he kept going.
Embarrassing.
And then he came back a whole other day. So
embarrassing.
Yeah, that part, all that.
You know what? I'm done with him anyways.
Moving
Let's
on.
go ahead and move on. Something else that's been giving me bad vibes all week. So I was watching The Breakfast Club, and TDE's artist Reason, I've never heard any of his music.
Me either.
But TDE artist is TDE's artist Reason was on The Breakfast Club, and he decided to say that men should be praised for being faithful because it's harder for a man to be faithful than it is for a woman.
I feel like women should give men that are faithful credit for that. Like, women will act like it's the same thing as a woman being faithful, and it's like it's not the same thing, like, honestly.
And what you think about that?
I think what everybody else is thinking, that sounds like a hot damn mess. Don't nobody have time for that. Nobody have time for that.
What makes you think that you need to be praised for doing something that you already should be doing? Like, if you go into a relationship with somebody, I'm not gonna think, oh yeah, he cheating on me. But if he not, like, I'm so happy. No, I'm not thinking about that. Who's going into a relationship with somebody thinking like, oh yeah, he definitely gonna cheat on me? That's dumb.
Like,
so
no.
What we expect is for you to be faithful. So why do you feel like you need to be praised for something you already need to do?
I feel like that's a very lazy mentality to have. I feel like if you have that mentality, you're just pretty much a failure in life. Like, what are you doing? You know you're waking up in the morning pretty much like, oh, I automatically cheat, but if I don't today, pat on the back.
Yeah, good job for
what
me.
What kind of lame are you?
So do they think that women should be praised for being faithful as well? Because, you know, we could cheat too.
Apparently he does not think women should be praised for it. He feels like we're more innately loyal. We're probably more innately like caring and considerate and honest. So that's basically you admitting that you just low down, you have nothing to offer. You admitting that you just pretty much out here for the streets.
They got some women out there that do their own little cheating. So so for him to say that, like, I don't know, that was just very ignorant. It threw me off. And it's like, do not raise your sons to believe that they should get praised for stuff like that. Like men, you know how men grow up with their sons, they'll have this mentality of boys will be boys, you know, they gonna cheat, they gonna mess around with multiple women, and that's fine. That's not okay. Don't raise your sons to be that way. Raise them to have respect, to only have one woman. Raise them with different standards than what you guys are putting out there today. Because you basically telling all the other guys, it's okay for you to cheat. Everybody cheats.
And if you don't, you deserve a cookie. And no, you do not. I have 2 sons, and they know, and the people around me know that I raised them with just the same amount of a standard that I would raise, like I'm having a baby girl on the way. Like all 3 of them have the same standards as far as how you're going to keep your room, how you're going to be as a human being, as far as how you're going to treat other people, how you're going to treat people in your relationship. All of you are going to have the same standard. It's not, oh yeah, baby girl, here, you make sure you're prim and proper and everything and you're loyal and honest, but you know, you 2 over here, you know, y'all can kind of just wake up and be however you want to be. Like, that's not what we're doing.
A lot of families do that with their sons. They kind of let their sons be.
They do.
And you know, they have higher standards for their daughters, but have standards for your sons as well. Maybe that's why they out there wilding out sometimes. Just saying.
Maybe because you think it starts at home.
It does start at home.
And you know, ironically, I didn't watch it, which I need to get caught up on it. The Red Table Talk.
Okay.
Recently, I think maybe a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago, Willow made a comment about that. The whole episode was wrapped around like how do mothers treat their sons versus their daughters.
Yeah.
And Willow spoke to that. She was like, you treated me. You did. You probably did. It kind of went viral a little bit. But Willow was just pretty much like, you know, yeah, Mom, I remember you waking me up. Like, you have to be on time for school. You need to have your everything ready. And she was just like, with Jaden, you were pretty much like, oh, you know, let him roll out of bed. That's just that's his dad's responsibility.
And that kind of goes back to the saying that people say, mothers raise their daughters and love their sons. And that's 100% true.
I've never heard that.
They raise their daughters, like raise them to be, you know, upstanding citizens, do this, make sure you on time, you know, make sure you have rules for yourself, but they love their sons. They don't, I mean, that's not everybody, but I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's not everybody.
It's not everybody, but I've seen it.
But be aware, if you are that kind of individual, you know, evaluate that. Evaluate that and make sure that you're pretty much trying your best to have the same standard across the board for all of your children, no matter what the gender is.
Exactly. And I be telling my husband, like, if my son brings 2 women home, I'm telling.
I'm definitely telling. I'm taking pictures.
Yeah, I would be like, oh, that's not Sophie that came. Who is that? That's Ashley. I don't know her. I know that other one. That's gonna be me because I'm on top of that. You're not bringing that around me. If you want to cheat, then cheat in private because your mama is not going for it, son.
No, because it's like, you know what I mean, bad karma. Like, you know, you have to raise your sons. Like, would you want anybody to do me like that? Or would you, you know, treat a woman how you would want for a man to treat your mom?
Exactly.
You wouldn't want a man to be cheating on me, son, so you don't cheat on this young lady.
Exactly.
You know, or you wouldn't want, you know, no one to talk to me like that, so you don't go out there talking crazy to young women. That's the way I raise my sons, and they're really little, but I mean, it starts at that age.
Exactly. You know, you kind of just have to realize how you're raising your children. That's very important.
Right, and his thing, the guy that I think you're referring to, what's his name?
Reason.
Okay, with him, I don't know, I didn't watch the whole interview, but was his point like, men have a greater opportunity to cheat?
He did say that.
Okay.
And I don't think that's
know
always
if that's
the case.
true. Is that true?
Not, in my opinion, no. men don't have a greater opportunity. Y'all just willing to cheat more easily.
Y'all just don't care.
Y'all don't care. Like, we have standards as women. Like, if all the people from my DMs, you know, I try to sleep with them, I'm just saying that my numbers will be pretty high too. I could be cheating too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like that. We have standards. If I'm in love with somebody, you know, I'm with you for a reason. I'm not trying to cheat on you. It's no point in that. If I feel the need to cheat on you, then I don't need to be with you. Clearly, I'm not getting something in that relationship. Mm-hmm. So that's my take on it. What about you?
No, I mean, if I don't, I'm very particular. And if I don't have a vibe with you, or I'm not like, we are not doing anything. We're not conversing. We're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything.
Right.
And I don't have to cheat on you and act like we all good and then go over here. No, I'm gonna let you know politely. We're not doing this. Exactly. go about your day.
Do you think it's difficult, like, in a relationship for a woman to be faithful? Difficult.
Oh, difficult? No. I mean, I don't look at it like that. I mean, for me, it's very much so not difficult to cheat. And for a man, it should be that way. They have a lot of men out there who would agree. They don't wake up ready to and willing to cheat.
Right, looking at everybody. You ever met that type of guy that just looks at everybody? Like, gotta talk to everybody?
And I think that's real low self-esteem. If you're doing all that, that means you need to get right with whatever internally you got going. You need to get that right.
You struggling with something.
You're struggling because you should need all that validation.
To be messing with every woman. Like, I don't understand that. Why?
Because validation, you need to get confirmation from each and every woman you come in contact with that you all right, you fine, you.
And that's why you're gonna fall off, because
well, there you have it.
it's gonna fall right on off. Okay,
that's your fault,
when it starts burning.
Don't call me.
Don't be trying to figure out, what did I do? Why is this happening to me? You know why it's happening to you. Okay, stop sleeping with all them women.
That's just
point blank period.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Chime in. Let us know what you think about it. Is it more difficult for a man to remain faithful versus a woman? We personally don't think that it should be any different. I don't know what the difference would be, but it seems like men just pretty much are just out here in these streets.
Now we're talking about men who are celebrities. I can see how it's like, to go to Reason's point, I can see how he has more of an opportunity to cheat, but okay, you got choices. You know what I'm saying? Nobody forced you to go ahead and sleep with these women.
Okay, because you got choices, period. Who you talking to?
Right, I don't understand that. Probably throwing it at you, but okay, block it.
And women get hit on way more than men get hit on.
Yes.
Men are going to hit on a woman way more frequently than a woman will be at a grocery store. Like, hey man, what's up?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We have more of an opportunity to start something with somebody else.
Because they're gonna approach. Yeah, women don't approach you.
In that situation, you gotta be the approacher in that situation. So you went out there and you sought to cheat.
You went out your way to cheat.
Yeah, you pretty much did.
Okay.
You went all the way out of your way. And so don't be talking about you sorry, this and that. You ain't sorry.
No, you went out your way
approached
to cut up.
Boom.
So that's just, you out of pocket on that part.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
But so you know that show we be watching on YouTube? What is it called? Pourminds?
Mm-hmm. We just discovered a new podcast called Pourminds. They're from Houston, so period. We obviously are coming to you from Houston, so we definitely support them. They're real funny. You know, so for the Kiki of the week, we thought it would be cool to kind of like, you know, just discuss a particular episode that they kind of brought up. I think it was in their recent episode.
Yeah, the girl Lex P.
Yeah, I think her name is Lex P. She seems really funny and cool. She brought up like the idea of dreams and like, when you wake up from a dream, how do you feel about it? You let it go, or you really be like, oh man, this happened,
I know,
or I'm mad that this happened, or I'm mad at this person. How are you when you wake up from a dream, depending on what happened?
Well, just to go back on like what her situation was, which was crazy. This girl had a sex dream about Steve Harvey.
So last night I had a nightmare that I was having sex with Steve Harvey. And he hit like 2 strokes and he like
Steve Harvey?
and he nutted everywhere. It was nut oh my God, it was loads and loads of nut.
The most random person ever. Like, she was like, "What happened about Steve Harvey?" She said she saw him. She was scrolling. You know, when you go to sleep, before you go to sleep, you scrolling down. Last thing you see. Sometimes you dream about that. Steve Harvey, though?
It was Steve Harvey for me.
Right. The mustache. No.
And was it the bald Steve Harvey or the hair Steve Harvey? Because
they both sad.
They real bad off. But I don't need the bald one in my dream. That's even worse. I don't need a thick mustache and a bald head in my
But you rather the afro, though?
Yeah, I was younger back then.
No, I don't know.
I don't need the
bald.
old one.
If I'm gonna have a dream about Steve Harvey, give me the bald version.
You want
because
the bald
I'd
one?
rather the bald version. That little afro would throw me. Like, it was like padded. It looked like a microphone cover. You know how it's padded? It'll be round around the edges. I don't like that.
You can pat his little
I don't like
head.
that. I don't like that.
What are you doing?
I don't like that. You grab that bald head. You can just grab it. Nice and smooth. Nobody want to really have sex with Steve Harvey. But I'm just saying.
Which one would y'all rather, the bald head or the little afro puff? Okay, I want to know.
Afro puff, though. It
was the way I said it.
But it was the way the afro puff was like cut. The rounded edges for me. It was like rounded. It wasn't sharp. It was like rounded.
It was.
I can't do that.
You had to be on point.
Have you ever had a... Oh my God. Have you ever had a crazy sex dream about somebody?
I haven't. I've had, and you know how you forget, they be like, you have a dream every night, but you forget it. I don't know. But I don't remember. But I had dreams where I got mad and I woke up, and you know how you just be like, oh, this person cheated on me in a dream. I have woken up like really mad. I don't let it go. I'll be
mad too.
I'll be really genuinely
This actually
mad.
happened to me like about a week ago.
Okay,
I had a dream. I had a dream that like me and my husband broke up and he had a new woman, but then he left the woman for me. So he came back. And then in the dream, she was like sad and trying to stalk us and stuff. And he had the nerve to look back like, oh, I'm sad. And I was like, oh, you sad? Well, go ahead. You want to go back? You thinking about her? Go back. Go back.
Sure
and I woke up like in that moment and I was like, I don't like that.
You woke up and you texted
I woke up.
like,
no, he was already at work, but I made sure to text him. I said, why I'm having a dream about you with some other woman? And he always be laughing because for me, I look at dreams as signs.
And you took it
so
literally.
I do be taking it literally. I'm like, also, why I'm having a dream that you cheat on me? Can you explain that to me, please? And then he just be talking about, girl, you crazy. Like, what you want me to do? You dreamed it. You dreamed it. But it feels so real. So is God telling me something? What you doing?
What are you doing?
That's
my take on it. What are you doing?
That's what I be thinking. What are you doing? You doing something. God not gonna send me this dream for no reason.
What happened? What you really doing?
So
what is y'all opinion on it? I really want to know. I really want to know because we obviously take these dreams seriously. Are y'all out there taking these dreams seriously? Because I am.
Oh my goodness.
And so, okay, she was pretty much disgusted because it was Steve Harvey. That was her big thing. And she was just like, I'm scarred for life. Now if I see a picture of him, like, I can't. Have you ever had a dream where like you were disgusted by a person because it's like a best friend ended up in your dream that you may have done something with, and it's like, oh, I can't even be regular with that person?
Yeah, you know,
I don't think I had that.
I'm a dreamer. Like, I have like super vivid dreams. I don't know why. They be like movies. I don't know. That's why I take them very seriously. Yeah, I take them seriously. Like, God is trying to tell me a message. Okay. Whatever. But I have had a crazy dream about a friend before, and it kind of, you know, it threw me off a little bit. But we moved on from that.
But did you tell them you had a dream about him?
No. It would have been awkward. It would have been too awkward. So, you know, I just kept it pushing. In my mind, I was like, I don't like that. I don't like it.
But it was, you didn't like it because he was your best friend and it was inappropriate?
It wasn't even like my best friend. Yeah, I've had a dream about an ugly friend before. And it's like, I can really get past ugliness though. Like I dated.
What?
I just thought about like I can get past the fact of you being ugly. I feel like I've dated ugly people before. So, you know, it's about personality.
But they don't be ugly in your mind.
That's because you start to like them.
Right, and they be funny and all
Like,
that.
you know how you could meet somebody in school and be like, I don't really think they cute.
At first.
But then you get to know them and that is attractive.
And then they be
like,
cute.
Yeah. So
But I've never dated a person that I initially thought was ugly.
I
But I think that you thought they were ugly when you first seen them?
not my husband, not you, Ashton. It's not you.
Okay.
But somebody I have dated in the past, like when I seen him, I was like, ew.
Oh.
Like I don't think he's cute. But then as the, you know, time went on, personality, that's the thing about women. We can get over, you know, the image. So we went over it, but then when we would get in arguments, I'd be like, yo, ugly. That's why you ugly.
You did that?
I never dated nobody ugly like you before.
Oh.
And you gonna treat me like this?
Oh,
I said this before because he had the audacity. He would have the audacity to, you know, cheat and like talk to other girls. You know, he did. And that's why I was like, you really doing this to me?
I know you lying.
Trash.
Like you of all people.
I mean, I ain't nobody special, but I'm just saying. Why?
Yeah, you like, you doing that? You of all people,
Stop. I don't like that.
Don't do that.
Don't.
Now I've dated where I didn't think they were ugly. I haven't dated anybody that I initially thought was ugly, but I know what you mean by like, maybe I thought they were a 7. And then as you key and blah blah blah, and like, oh, they like an 8 or 9. Like, okay,
Yeah, personality can take you a long way. Okay,
Yeah.
Personality can get you over that.
It'll get you over the hump
Or
curve or whatever.
so, whatever though.
Okay, well, it looks like that pretty much concludes this episode. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and answer our questions. I really want to know the answers to everything that I asked today.
And don't forget to follow Vibes and Vinyl on Instagram, and that's Vibes with the Z. And yeah, send us your DMs, send us your, you know, comments, questions, anything like that, and we'll address them on the show. And, you know, we'll get back to you on that one.
Sure will. All right. See y'all next time.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.